Hey there everyone, how's it going? I'm Tharun, and in this video we're going to continue on with our CSS series, and in this video we're going to deal with some CSS syntax and CSS comments. So what are we waiting for? Let's get right into it. So let me first open up our Atom text editor. So we have been using this in the HTML series also. So first let's just create this index1.html. You could name it anything, okay, because whatever the CSS we're going to apply, it is either going to be inside the HTML file or it's going to be in a separate CSS file which is created and just placed relative to the file which we are working in. So we are going to be working in this this file. So let's just paste the code, add this ready-made code here, which is just plain HTML. It has no CSS in it. In case you would like to revise HTML, I have the link down in the description below. You could just go quickly revise it. I think it's around 18 minutes or something, 17 I guess. You could just revise it quickly and get back. So I'll just walk you through what this code is quickly. So we have the general syntax here. That is the HTML head, the meta tag. You have the meta char set there, which is by default UTF-8, but it's good to mention it. Then you have the title, which shows up in the tab section. Then we have closed our title, we closed our head. Then we are into body, the body section. In the body section, I have until the table. Okay, so let me just soft wrap this one pretty quick. Yes, okay. So I have a h1 here, which tells. Then you have the paragraph tag. Within the paragraph tag, I've just put some junk text. It's lorem ipsum code. If you don't know what lorem ipsum is, it is just a junk piece of words which usually developers use it just to not get a lot of attraction towards the text. The main reason behind that is when you are focusing on design and do not want the content to distract the users, you do that. Okay, so that is lorem ipsum code. You can just go Google it and just search for lorem ipsum. You get a lot of links for lorem ipsum generators and all. You could do that. Okay, or if you're using Atom, just use LOREM, and when you hit tab, you're going to get lorem ipsum code. So we have this code. Then I just created a basic table. Okay, table, and TR is for the table row, TH is for the table header. So we have a technology, it's going to be a header which is going to be bold, if you remember. Then we have the TD, that is the table data. We have HTML, CSS, JavaScript, others. Okay, pretty simple thing, because I would like to show you about the CSS syntax. So let's just create a new folder, CSS, and within that we are going to create a new file called index. It's not going to be index. Let's name it style1.css. Okay, within this I'm going to quickly show you about CSS syntax. What are the different ways in which you could write the CSS styles. Okay, so the first one is for obvious, it's for elements. We had the P element, right? Let's just quickly write for the P element. We have P, that is the element which you want to target, and you would write the rules there. Okay, but if you have some ID, for example, for H1 we have an ID here. Say it's going to be about heading. Then if I use, if you remember, for IDs we use hash and heading, right? You could do this also. This is ID selector. And then if we had a class here for table, and we use the class to style within the CSS, then that is for the class selector. Now these are three different types of selectors, but what if you had the same rules within these three. For example, what if you had color of white, here and here? Okay, you see that there is a lot of repetition in the styles. So what you could possibly do is, instead of writing this so many times, you could use a comma here and use hash heading comma dot table, and this would do. We could just remove this. If you want to style only P, then you have to come down and then write the rules there. Don't just write it down here, because it is going to be a common rule for all three, whatever we mentioned. It could be unlimited also. Okay, so that is all for CSS syntax. Let's just quickly get into CSS comments, because it's too easy. For comments, you use this one. Okay, you start off with this and you have to end with that. So whatever you write inside is not gonna appear anywhere. Okay, except for the code. You could do that. You could do the multi-line comment thing also, or even without that asterisk. But if you're explaining things point wise, then you could use that. So that is all with the CSS syntax and the CSS comments. I can't wait to see you in the next video. See you there.